Why are atheists atheists? There are a lot of people out there that may say that they're an atheist. They may say that they don't believe in God, but the real reason is
Hey, what's up? I'm Dallas Wade. Hey, what's up? I'm Dallas Wade, and welcome back to another worship service. Today we're going to be responding to a video from the Christian YouTuber Chaplain Reece. The video is titled "The Real Reason Atheists Don't Believe in God, Period, and How to Help Them." So let's give this video a watch and see what Chaplain Reece has to say about atheists.
What's up, parishioners? Chaplain Reece here, and if God did it for me, He can do it for you too. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to my show. Hey, listen to this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Really?
I said I'm listening.
Why are atheists atheists? Some of them. Why are some atheists atheists?
I don't know, maybe you should try asking them. That seems like a pretty effective approach. I know that I'm an atheist because as far as I know, there doesn't seem to be any good reason to believe in any sort of God, but other atheists probably have other reasons for why they're atheists, and that's why you should just try asking them rather than just supposing things or assuming things about them.
Well, check this out. One time there was a couple of college students, or a few college students. One was a Christian, a couple of them were atheists.
Is this supposed to be a true story? Because you're presenting it, you're telling it as though it is a true story, but at the same time, you're not giving me any reason to actually believe that it's actually a real life event that actually happened. You didn't specify when this event took place. You just said that it happened one time.
One time there was...
And you also didn't specify where these college students were from or what college they were going to. And not only did you not provide any names for the college students, but you also don't seem to know how many college students were involved in this story. Was it a couple or was it a few? Because there's a difference there.
A couple of college students or a few college students.
If the story actually happened, I would assume you would at least have some of these details. Even if you didn't have all of them, just some of them would make it sound more credible.
And there was going to be a gospel apologetics meeting there at the college.
Wait, was it a gospel meeting or was it an apologetics convention? Because those are usually two completely different things.
A gospel apologetics meeting.
And again, what college did this event take place in? That would be really helpful. That would really add some credibility to your story.
So the Christian, he invites two of his atheist acquaintances to this apologetics gospel meeting.
Wait, so now there definitely are three people involved in this story, but just a few seconds ago, you weren't sure how many people there were.
A couple of college students or a few college students.
It kind of sounds like you're making this up as you go, or at the very least, you're just filling in details where there weren't any.
They went, they sat through it, and the apologist, no doubt, proved that there is a God.
Who was the apologist? If this was a real story, you could at least share that information.
The apologist, no doubt, proved that there is a God by things that we can understand in our reasoning and in our mind. No doubt proved that there is a God by things.
This apologist proved, no doubt, that there is a God with things. Things that we can understand with our reasoning and with our minds.
Things that we can understand in our reasoning and in our mind.
That's amazing. That's incredible. That's just the best thing I've ever heard.
The apologist, no doubt, proved that there is a God by things.
Okay, so just to make sure that I am on track, that I'm keeping up with this incredible, real story, what we have so far is at some point in time, some people from somewhere went to some college to see some apologist who proved that there is some God with some things. Yeah, sure, why not? Seems legit.
After the meeting, this young boy and his two atheist acquaintances were walking back to the dorm room, and the Christian boy, he asked him, he said, well, what do you think? Do you believe that there is a God?
Well, I mean, by this point, of course he did. I mean, who can deny the overwhelming, undeniable truth of things that we can understand with our reasoning and with our minds, you know?
One of the atheist boys looked over to him and said what that man had to say was very convincing.
Hell yeah, it was convincing. So convincing, in fact, that when this story was shared, nobody was even able to remember what it was or who the apologist was that had said it.
One of the atheist boys looked over to him and said what that man had to say was very convincing. He did give evidence for a God, but I refuse to believe it, because if I believed it, then I would have to stop living the way that I live.
It's funny how up until this point you didn't know when this story took place, where this story took place, how many people were involved in this story, or what their names were, or what college they went to. You also didn't know what event they went to at that college, or what apologist they heard at that event, or what that apologist said at that event at that college. But now, seemingly by some miracle, you know the entire transcript of an entire conversation that took place after that event, down to even the smallest of details, like how atheist character number 2 turned towards the Christian character.
One of the atheist boys looked over to him.
I'm pretty sure the name of the college, or the name of the apologist, or some of the arguments that that apologist had made at that event would be much more noteworthy and relevant information to write down than the body language of the anonymous atheist character. But, you know, maybe I'm just crazy.
Understand that there are a lot of people out there that may say that they're an atheist. They may say that they don't believe in God, but the real reason is...
The real reason is whatever they say it is. We do not have the ability or the authority to decide why someone else believes in something or doesn't believe in something. If a Christian were to tell me that they believe in God because of the prophecies in the Bible, or because of the Kalam cosmological argument, or maybe because they say that they can feel the presence of the Holy Spirit when they pray, then I have no other choice but to take them at their word and believe them, because I do not have the authority to turn around and tell them that the real reason why they believe in God is because they're scared of dying. When you tell people how they really feel, or what they really believe in, or if you tell people the real reason why they feel a certain way, or the real reason why they believe in a certain thing, then what you're doing is gaslighting them. And gaslighting is bad. Nobody knows more about you than you do, and you don't know more about other people than they know about themselves. And because of that, nobody can tell you the real reason why you feel a certain way, or the real reason why you believe in a certain thing. And you also can't do that to others, so if you're doing that, stop doing it.
But the real reason is they know that God is not pleased with their wicked, sinful lifestyle.
Nope, none of that is true. Absolutely none of it. Chaplain Reece, you are saying that this is the real reason why atheists are atheists, but you have no proof whatsoever to back up any of it. And the only evidence that you have is that bullshit story that you pulled out of your Republican ass. If you actually had evidence to support your assertion that this is why atheists are atheists, then you would have been sharing it. You would have shared it in that video. But you didn't have anything, and that is exactly why you had to resort to such a stupid fictional story. Because you didn't have anything else. You don't know the real reason why atheists are atheists, because you aren't every atheist. You aren't even an atheist. You cannot speak on my behalf as an individual atheist, much less every single atheist as a whole. I'm an atheist, and I can't even speak on the behalf of every single atheist. I can only speak on my own behalf. So where in the world are you getting the idea that you have this authority? Even if you did find a few real atheists who actually said the things that your fictional atheist said, that still wouldn't support the idea that every atheist, or even a large portion of atheists, were atheists for the reasons that you gave. But you know what? You couldn't even do that. You couldn't even find a single real atheist who said the things that your fictional atheist said in your fictional story, which, by the way, you never even admitted was a fictional story. You presented it, you played it off like it was a real story. In fact, you started off the story by saying that it happened one time, as in it actually happened.
Check this out. One time there was...
Which means that you, Chaplain Reece, are a liar.
And if they said that there is a God, I believe that he's real, they know that they would have to stop doing it. So they choose their sin over an almighty God.
I am so tired and exhausted of hearing this stereotype that atheists are just wicked and terrible people. And pretty much every single preacher and pastor and bishop and reverend and apologist in this country are constantly propagating this stereotype with absolutely no proof or evidence to back it up. They're just baselessly asserting it, and all of their followers just eat it up and accept it and believe it. And it's not true. It's just a lie. It's dishonest. It's a straw man. What is it that I am doing as an atheist that is so terribly wicked? If I really am just an atheist because I want to live some wicked and terrible lifestyle, then please tell me what it is that I'm doing that is so freaking wicked. I'm not wild. I'm not reckless. I don't party. I don't even drink alcohol. I'm married. I have a kid. I work 3 jobs, by the way. I am an extremely productive member of society. I live a very conventional, traditional, and boring lifestyle compared to a lot of people. So if I really am an atheist just to do something wicked, then what is the wicked thing that I'm doing? Because I have no freaking idea.
They know that God is not pleased with their wicked, sinful lifestyle.
You do realize that most atheists are just normal, average, everyday, law-abiding people, right? Atheists aren't just running through the streets naked, murdering people and hijacking cars. And for every wicked thing that you say that atheists do, I guarantee you that I could find a dozen Christians in any given church that do those same exact things and more. And even putting all of that aside, your argument doesn't make any sense.
They know that God is not pleased with their wicked, sinful lifestyles. And if they said that there is a God, I believe that he's real, they know that they would have to stop doing it.
Why would someone pretend to be an atheist? If I actually did believe in the God of the Bible and hell, it wouldn't do me any good to pretend like they don't exist. If you wanted to swim to the bottom of the ocean, it wouldn't do you any good to pretend like you can't drown. If you wanted to rob a bank, it wouldn't do you any good to pretend like the police don't exist. And if you wanted to slap a lion in the face, it wouldn't do you any good to pretend like they don't have claws or teeth. No halfway sane person would ever do anything like that, because pretending like something doesn't exist doesn't make it not exist. If I actually did believe in the God of the Bible and hell, I wouldn't pretend like they didn't exist for the same reason why you're not going to pretend like drowning doesn't exist. If I actually did believe in the God of the Bible, then I wouldn't want to piss him off for the same reason why I wouldn't want to piss off a lion or a police officer, because they'll kill you, especially the police.
But God knows where they're at. You can be an influence in their life. And one of these days, they may see that their sin and their wickedness really doesn't mean all that much. But I wanted to share with you today the real reason why some people say that they are atheists. And the real reason is they're not atheists. They just love their sin and don't want to quit it. I hope this has brought some good information to you.
No, I don't think I'd call it good information. I think I'd call it misinformation, but you did bring a lot of that. So, you know, that's not good. That's bad.
Really?
I would like to give you the benefit of the doubt and just brush this off as one bad take in one bad video, but I've actually seen enough of your channel, Chaplain Reece, to know that this is just business as usual. This is the standard level of quality, and I will definitely be responding to more of your videos very soon. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next worship service.